Oi! Welcome to MegoxCast. I am your host, John, joined by
Batcho.
yes, for this episode. Today we will talk about Jordan Peele's films. So, Nope, Us, Get Out, not in that order, but you know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah,
Batcho, talk
in
a little
release
bit
order.
about yourself. What's up?
I am unfortunately a YouTuber. I create content online and I subject people, innocent people of the public, to watch it. Yeah, mainly film reviews, but it's a bit loosey goosey. It's just anything vaguely storytelling or like filmmaking related, kind of. We could branch out into any other kind of thing, really. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just enjoying that at the moment. So yeah, and then
That's
it's
awesome.
me. Oh,
Oh
thanks,
my.
man.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh.
Okay, so I did promise this man that he can talk about a film that he's really wanted to talk about. Sadly, Jordan Peele did not have his hands in it. Maybe he produced it, but we don't know. John Wick 4. All right, you can talk about John Wick 4 and just, nerd out about it, or I can maybe say some stuff I've seen a little bit when I walk into the theater sometimes, but besides that,
But you haven't seen John Wick 4?
no, I'm just okay. So, I work at the theater. So sometimes I walk in when I'm doing a theater check or something. And, I see the movie, a little bit, but I haven't seen the whole thing yet.
Yeah, you're the third person I've spoken to on like online who's like into films and has like a job at the theater. Like it must be a really good like just like a good job for that really. It's like the ideal job in a way, but they all say there's like these weird stories. But yeah,
Yeah, sometimes, guests can be weird and a lot of people say our place is haunted, but it's not really. It's just,
you
maybe, I
need
don't
to
know.
bless this place with holy water or some shit. Yeah.
Yes, yes. As you
Ah,
can
Amer-
tell, he has an accent. That sounded so mean.
no, I wasn't gonna say anything. No. Just I don't know, the Americans, we seem like really eccentric. Like the people you can like run into, like the Karens and shit. You can get like some really weird people and like being really rude to you
Yeah,
at these
thankfully we don't
jobs.
have that many Karens that
Yeah.
go to our theater, but that's also because we're the smaller theater. There's another theater at the mall that's like really big, and like everyone goes to it. But
Oh, the Chad
thankfully,
Theatre.
exactly. But we don't like that theater because the, I mean, the coworkers not as cool, and the management not as cool. I mean, there was a guy that came from my theater to that theater, so I think they're doing good over there. But I'm just saying, it's not as banger as this, I gotta say.
Big business. Yeah, they've got no soul. They've lost the passion or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how it is, bro. So,
Anyway,
okay,
John
John
Wick
Wick
4.
4.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sad you haven't seen it, but yeah, it's just fucking brilliant, really.
Mhm.
I don't remember liking the first well, any of the John Wicks as much as this one, but it was just kind of kick ass just in every way, really. Yeah, I mean, like yeah, for the action's fucking phenomenal. Are you allowed to swear, by the way?
Yeah, I know, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, the action's phenomenal. The dialogue was a bit like I did make a review pretty like shortly after I watched it, but the dialogue, I don't know. At the start, I was like, because it's a bit generic. I don't know if you've seen the other John Wicks. Oh, can you hear me?
No, oh, sorry. No,
Yeah.
I zoned out, I promise. I think I have watched, the first no, I watched the first one, the second one, the third one I have not watched. All I know about the second one was that, like, he did some stuff in the hotel that was not supposed to be done,
Yeah.
and, he was gonna get punished. So I'm guessing that's what 3 is about, and I'm guessing 4 is just, like, I don't know, something that happened in 3 that was unresolved.
And I can't exactly remember, but at the end of every film, he like does something. He goes on a massive like rampage and kills loads of people. And at the end, he does something that's supposedly really illegal, or you can't do that, John Wick. And then it ends on a cliffhanger, like, oh, they're really going to be coming for you now. Like they've been coming through the whole movie, but now they're really going to be coming for you. But
Oh my
it's just like
gosh.
it's part of the it's like a joke. It's like honestly, I kind of see the John Wick films as like almost comedies, but they are just kick ass. I do love them. They're so creative when it comes to the action. Like that's what you're there for. Again, you're there for this one thing. And Jesus Christ, like John Wick 4, there's just so many instances of just like I don't know, just what you go to the theater for. Those moments where you're just like you're laughing in how impressed you are, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Just because of how like kick-ass it is, and oh, I wish you'd seen it, but yeah, like
I can still watch it. I just have not. I mean, I watched the Mario movies, so I guess
no.
I made a mistake there.
Oh, fair enough. What did you think of that?
I thought it was pretty good. I think, it's not deep. I actually think they could have made something like Puss in Boots, add some like, some good themes or something, Like I know it's Mario, but you can still add to like things that they imply in the, game.
Plus,
Like for example, in the movie, there's a part where, Mario is about to take some like I guess some level ups or not level ups, but power ups. And then like Donkey Kong is like, I'm not gonna take any of that. I'm like, bro, we're supporting the guy that's gonna just take some mass roids right now just to win a
oh,
fight.
right. Yeah, that's a good point. No, they don't understand the messages they're putting across because they aren't thinking about it. Nah, no, Puss in Boots was better than just complete had any right to be. But yeah, like the themes, like unironically, the themes of Puss in Boots are just insane. Like him, like having to literally dealing with death, and it's a kids' movie, and he has to like face up and deal with his own mortality. Yeah, those
Yeah.
themes.
They should have
But like,
gotten Anton Chigurh to voice Death.
no, I thought, who did they get for it? Because I thought whoever it
He
was
did
good.
great. I'm just saying that would be funny.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now it's here. Flip the
What's
coin.
supposed to have lost in the coin toss? Yeah, something like that. No, it's sick. But yeah, back onto John Wick. Yeah, it's just fucking kick ass. I know I keep repeating that, but yeah, I did make some.
You made some notes?
Oh, I made some big notes. There's like,
Ooh.
it's just like John Wick 2, I think, was the second favorite out of the four because I saw John Wick 3. I didn't see John Wick 3 at the cinema, so maybe that kind of affected it. But I remember seeing John Wick 3. It was kick ass, but it's like, okay, yeah, it was good, but I appreciate it. But I'm not like, I don't know. I don't have like a really visceral reaction to how like much I enjoyed it. But John Wick 4, I saw it with a mate at the cinema, and yeah, it's just it's like they provide for one of like the best cinema experiences like of recent memory for me at least. Like in terms of just getting the crowd going, everyone laughing, everyone enjoying it. It's just a really it was full. I think it was opening night as well. Yeah, I really wish you. Yeah, it'd be. I hope you see it. I hope you like it. I don't want to like oversell it to you, but it is just yeah, it's fucking good.
I'll check it out. It's just like right now I've just been a little busy, making short films and stuff. But right now, I think I could probably check it out. Like probably maybe not this weekend, maybe next week. Actually, definitely either by this weekend or next weekend. I could probably check it out cuz I don't really besides maybe Renfield, I wouldn't check any of the other movies, I feel like that would be a double feature though, Renfield and that or a triple one cuz I did want to check out Air, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's Air. I'm supposed to be going to see that soon. There's Air.
Air
There's
only is good
Renfield.
to me in my opinion because that guy from Ozark is in it, to be
Oh,
honest.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, that's the only reason. I mean, I by the way, guys, I might link my short film down because I finished it recently, Queen for a Day. I actually used a lot of soundtrack and music from Ozark.
All
It's a
right,
pretty good show.
nice one. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
talk about the film if you want, because do a little director interview. I don't really
Oh yeah,
mind.
Queen for it. Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I think these three films, like we'll be able to talk a good amount about it, but that hour mark is very important to me. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Queen for a Day. Not too much though. I'm just going to talk about it for a second. You know, I mean, it was kind of hard. Like we it's just for college and stuff, and I think it turned out pretty good. But at the same time, like just making it was like hard, man. Like there were some people in that in my group that had beef with me while we were doing it. They were
Oh
upset
shit.
that they were upset that it was just taking a long time. Then I was like, okay, well, I also want someone else to play this other guy, so I'll have you play it because you don't want to do a lot of work. So that's gonna happen. And
Oh, that's
then
a shame.
he got upset about that because he wasn't able to light it and stuff like that. He was supposed to light it. My AD kind of basically helped me, like my assistant director, he just helped me get like through that, like I don't know, I keep saying like he just helped me go through it so fast. We were going so fast that night. It was so cool.
Did
And
you film it all
then
in a night?
we filmed all of it in a night besides the flashback, and the flashback we filmed the next Friday
Oh,
because we
yeah.
filmed on a Sunday, then we filmed the Friday after. Um, and although I got this guy like donuts and coffee, well, I got him a hot chocolate because I
Oh,
knew he
for fuck's
didn't
sake.
drink caffeine. He still got like upset and like he's taller, so he kind of like got in my like
Uh,
zone, bro. It's like, bro, like, dude, you are in this project, as in like you're not just like an actor I found on like backstage. You're literally a guy that's like, you know,
what? You
chilling
already
with
get
us. You know what
at
I'm
this
saying?
level, you're already getting, like, that kind of diva, kind of dramatic, acting
Exactly.
sort of attitude.
Yeah, and it's
That's
not even someone from backstage. It's literally a person in our like group that's supposed to be working on our project, and he got upset. And like, I don't think he had to work that much because he worked on that Sunday, and then he worked on the next Friday for like a total like almost like less than 6 hours. Now he hadn't worked beforehand, so I guess that's why he was more upset because of the past. I'm like, dude, you gotta drop that, man. We were trying to make the film and it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But then we tried a second time and it worked out.
oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and he got like a sunburn too. He was complaining about that when we were screening the films because I had to turn it in a week late.
Fucking
So
hell.
he was like, "Bro, I got a sunburn, man." And I'm like, "Dude,
You gotta pay him damages for
I'm
that.
not gonna pay him
No,
damages. What am I
it
gonna do?
sounds so
Pay him for
stupid.
pay him for some sunscreen? I
I
don't
thought
know.
I thought at this level, it's not so much about all that, it's just about, like, getting together with some, like, pals and making, like, a movie, just the fun of that. It's not as
Yeah.
like, "Well, in my contract, it says if I get sunburned, you have to compensate me." Like, Jesus.
Nothing in his contract said that. He
No,
didn't
I'm
even have to
joking, I'm
sign
joking.
anything.
No.
That's the thing too. I mean, some other people had to sign stuff like the two other actors, but they signed it afterward. And to be honest, they didn't really have to sign it. It was just for our class. They were supposed to get them to sign something. So it's like a talent agreement. So yeah, thankfully, that
Alright,
worked out. And oh, what's up?
I guess for some people, if it's, like, for class, so are you doing this at college, at school?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
like a film
basically.
course?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and
No.
it's just filmmaking too. Even the teacher I felt was unsympathetic. I'm not gonna like get too much into like,
No.
how I hate everybody. I'm just saying it's like I felt like that day, like even the okay, so there was this group of like girls that were watching our film and they kind of had a similar film to us. They I mean theirs was also about a girl that kills a guy in cold blood, but at the
Queen.
same yeah, it was called Queen. I forgot what it was called, but all I'm gonna say was it's pretty good. I liked it. I knew one of the actresses, and it was overall interesting. I do feel I don't want to be mean to theirs. I felt like ours had more of like a beat by beat story. Like not like as in like a bad thing, but as like
Structure is
theirs was
important.
just this just it just felt um it just felt like that wasn't the main goal with theirs, but with ours it was. I felt like theirs was more tone and style. That was really cool. At the same time, they didn't even like say anything about our short film. None of them. There was like 5 people in that group, and I thought one of them was going to say something. No, none of them. I
Oh,
mean, two of the other girls said something, so that's good, but they weren't in those groups. I just felt like the only reason they didn't say anything was that. But at the same time, it could be a bunch of reasons. It could have just been like they didn't have anything to say. I think not even the whole group was there. I think only 3 people were there. So that could have been it. Could have been other things. I don't know.
bruh.
I was just a little upset because I thought we had similar films. I was even gonna be like twinsies. We both had blood. I like, kind of like funny a little bit because I was like so upset up there. That guy was even yelling up there about how I was like mistreating him. I'm like, bruh, dude.
You were mistreating your
Thankfully,
actors, man.
no one cared, and also, I mean, the teacher just said I should have gave in. I'm like, "No, I shouldn't have gave in to what he wanted?" I wanted to light it a certain way, I got someone else to light it. Like, to be honest with you, if I got him to light the scene, he would have just done it the same way I told him to, because that's what was gonna happen regardless. Like, I mean, it didn't matter who was gaffer because at the same time, I was the one that said, "We're gonna put the light there. We're gonna put the light there. That's it." So I
This
don't
all
get what
sounds
people have
like
problems
a
with.
film, like a story in and of itself. It sounds really interesting. I know it's been like dramatic and stressful, but yeah, it does sound kind of cool. Just
Yeah.
how like an actual like production it is for all this drama. I didn't know it was like this. To
Yeah,
be
I
fair,
mean, most of my short films haven't been that dramatic. I mean, Hello Luke was a little bit dramatic, but that was just because the director was I mean, I don't want to be mean. He was like less prepared than us, but to be honest, I don't even blame him as much anymore. Like I used to be really upset with him, but now I'm not as upset with him as the guy in my short film recently because that guy, although, he did get a little, unconventional at the end, he was at least had a vision, and at least,
was
brought
this
what he
like
could.
was this the
What's up?
guy who got like tied up? Or did we talk about the act
No,
that
just
actor?
there was just some other guy, some
All right.
other project. Um, I didn't really have too many problems with the actors or actresses. There were a few scheduling issues, and to be honest, I don't blame it too much, but at the same time, it did kind of halt us. But to be honest, I don't think a lot of it was our fault. I think it was just circumstance. And I just wish people realized that. So, you know, it just happens.
Yeah, you cracked on with it. Fair enough.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm making my next short film. Hopefully that works out. And I'll send it to you. Make sure that everyone knows on this podcast
Yeah,
about it.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
So, do you
know.
want to? Oh, what's up?
I said let me know about it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I will. You wanna just hop on to the first one? What's the movie called? Get Out?
Get Out.
It's called Get Out, guys. It's called
Yeah.
Get Out. All right. What did you think of this film? Do you remember when you saw it? Did you like it the first time you watched it? How many times you watched it? What's up?
Um, I've seen it once, but I did like it. It was when did it come out? It was 2016, right? It came out
I think it was
2016.
2017.
All right, I think I watched it in that year. I think I watched it a bit later on. I didn't see it in cinema. I saw it or I rented it on Amazon or something. Like I heard loads of stuff about it. All like like everyone who'd seen it, like in my social circle, saying, "Oh, it's a mind fuck and all this." And I watched it, and it was really good. It was a good like spin on. Well, you knew it was kind of about going to be about racism, and
Yeah, who
but
loves that?
no, but no, like in a kind of thought provoking way. But I was like, yeah, give me.
Yo,
but
yo, yo, what?
but it was about that in like a way that I wasn't expecting, and it was like a very unique and way. It's like you can tell it must be personal to Jordan Peele. Like he has like these situations. It's not just like a racism bad kind of thing. It's like a bit more complex than that. I don't know. But when did you? What are your thoughts on it?
I'm trying to remember when I watched it. I think I watched it. Yeah, I might have watched it the year it came out, or 2019, maybe 2018 or 2018. One of those. I liked it when I first watched it. I thought it was pretty good. I don't think I watched it in theaters because I think around that time I didn't really watch any horror films that much. So when I watched it, I thought it was pretty good. I like the opening scene with that music. And I like how uh I just
Oh,
like the tone of it. My teacher really likes that director. I'm like, yo, what the teacher I made Queen for Day for. I'm like, yo, I think he's a good director, but at the same time, I don't know if I like him to the point where I think he's like one of the best of all time or something like that. But
might be a bit
I
too early to say that. Yeah, but I definitely
exactly.
think he's like one of my current favorites of
Exactly.
modern.
He's definitely one of the best currently, like he's really good.
You see, tell your teacher like, "Hey, calm down. Let's not jump to any conclusions."
Maybe she just wants to be progressive. I don't know.
All right, I guess yeah. I don't know. I have no idea what people think, but yeah, what's going on in people's heads. But no, it's been like a progressive thing with Jordan Peele. Like it's obviously a great starter film, but it's like extremely entertaining. I didn't love it. It wasn't like one of my favorites of that year, but I really appreciated it. And I got the hype. I got why everyone loved it. I was really happy that it got nominated even for like an Oscar, which was good. and you could say,
Yeah.
"Oh, for the wrong reasons because they're trying to be inclusive," but still, like to have a horror, a good horror that's nominated, it's just good. I don't know. It's better than Black Panther, at least.
What are you
Uh,
talking about? Black Panther was amazing.
oh God,
No, it was that
yeah,
movie is awful.
it
I mean, hey,
completely subverted.
MegoxCast, look, I mean, it is, but if you like it, that's good. Okay, don't cancel us. You know,
No,
we're trying to make it past episode 20, so don't you know,
it's just fucking boring. Sorry,
it is
but,
though.
but Get Out is not boring. Get Out is like from
I mean,
memory,
yeah, it
kind of.
doesn't. The thing is, too, it doesn't really depend on the social commentary. It depends on like the tone and just the directing, the story. It's like it doesn't have anything to do really about race. It's just just an added bonus.
Well, no, it's like, yeah, it's the presentation, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Like
Hmm.
the subject matter can be here or there. It all depends on like how you execute it and how you like what you bring to it or like, what you say, I guess.
Hmm.
So it's like it literally can go any way, and it all comes down to how good the filmmaking is. Also, it does help, and I assume like Jordan Peele has like personal accounts of this sort of thing, but when it's coming from a place of like being genuine and not just I'm trying to win some political points, it kind of it's like a more full authentic story. Like just being genuine, I think helps it at least, or makes it like have the tone it does, just the personal mark, if that makes any sense.
Hmm. It does.
Oh, thank God.
I what?
I just think I was rambling on about bullocks, but
No, no, I don't think so. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think because I want to talk a little bit more about Get Out because like us, I don't even think I'll be able to talk about because like I mean I did watch it, but like I'll go to that when we get to that. But
yeah,
yeah,
we'll
for
save it for
Get
later.
Out though, I liked the acting from that like the main actor, of course, but that one guy that just goes insane. That scene was awesome. I don't know, just when he was like, get
Oh
out,
yeah.
get out."
Yeah, the big trailer thing. Yeah. Yeah, is that what's his name? Lakeith Stanfield, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Lakeith Seinfeld. What the hell? No, yeah, that was like the first time we all saw him, and he like really just yeah, you always remember that face of just pure terror, just holding back. I don't know, extreme trauma. Yeah.
Are you talking about the scene with like like her stirring the tea, or are you talking about outside where that guy
Oh,
with the hat is like
the guy,
yelling?
the guy with the hat. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But it does also remind me of that one scene though in that movie where like, she's going and then she's like spinning her like thing. Was that like hypnotism? Like I still don't get that scene.
What with the teapot and all that?
Yeah, like that whole thing. I was like, what's going on?
I mean, I imagine it's like not accurate to real like how you hypnotize, but I do think it just works in like the tone. Like it makes you believe that oh shit, something's going down. Like you can buy it within the atmosphere of the movie. I've no idea. Like she just like spins it around a bit, then dings it, and then he's in like the metaverse or wherever the fuck that goes. Yeah, but it's the
Mark Zuckerberg would be happy about that.
no, well, fuck, I don't know. Um, but like but the thing you remember about that is the way like the screen like goes off
Mhm.
like a PowerPoint presentation. No, not like that. But no, because that's like it's a really unique way of doing that, and it has like vague sort of I don't know. It talks about like it's about like be just kind of going like disconnecting, disassociating with your from your body, like and yeah, I don't know. Like there's vague theory about that. I don't know. I believed it. I know it was like probably if you looked into it, it'd be like I don't know, not entirely accurate. I don't. It's not possible to do that. Let's hope. But yeah,
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I remember what's it called? I liked that one character, the friend, the um, the guy that was kind of funny, the comic
yeah,
relief.
yeah,
Yeah, he was funny. I liked him.
yeah.
You
He was
know,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
and like this will come up later when we talk about maybe Us. But obviously, the kind of horror comedies, all of Jordan Peele's films, and it ranges in terms of how well he balances that throughout each three of the films. But I think this one it's really well balanced, and it's through that the character you just mentioned that he's like the main bit of comedic relief, but he is like at a different location for the whole film,
Yeah.
so it doesn't feel as inappropriate, I guess, or intrusive.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah. I would say when it comes to humor, it's pretty funny. I like the dialogue. It does feel more like realistic. Like I thought that was the first thing I thought of when I watched his films. I was like, this dialogue feels a lot different than dialogue I usually hear in movies. It felt
But
like a
just
conversation. It was weird.
just like just general conversation. It felt more like just real life.
Yeah, I mean, it felt weird in that way. Like I don't think I've heard it like that before. It also felt like a little bit of not improv, but you know what I'm saying. That like feeling you get from improv. Um, I liked the parents too. Like they weren't trying to be racist. They were just like kind of you know ignorant or something.
Well,
The white parent. I mean, I guess they ended up being racist. I don't even know
yeah,
what
I still
happened
can't
really.
what happened. I'd still say they were racist, just in a way that they thought they weren't being, or
Yeah.
they had this creepy way of just like looking at him with this strange kind of like he's not a person, he's like a specimen, and he's like all these like these rich white people all like seek after the bodies of these black guys
Hmm.
because they think they're like it's just weird. They dehumanize them. It's really like strange how it does it. It's like the film expresses it like in its own weird way, but like yeah, it's like it wasn't anything else I was I ever thought of before I watched that. Like, and just the weird comments like, "Oh yeah, they're always talk about all of the amazing athletes and all the things they've accomplished," and you think it's nice, but then it kind of they do it so often and so frequent. You're like, "What the fuck is going on here? Like, why are you so
Yeah.
obsessed with my race?" And that's kind of, I guess, where the racism comes from.
I know what you mean. You notice there's like a weird tear motif in the movie. I think it might be a little bit in Us. I forgot, but like you notice that in like Get Out, right? Where like people cry or something, like, or one tear or something like that.
Oh, the one tier, yeah. I mean,
What's that all about?
I don't only really notice the one where he's getting like hypnotized for the first time and he's completely like losing his shit.
Hmm.
With that fucking face he makes is brilliant. Like that's but no, I didn't really notice like where else does that the one tier appear then?
I thought it happened with the girl, like the one that was smiling, and I think was there before the main character was like.
Oh yeah, because she had like the lesbian relationship and that's how she caught her.
I guess
Well,
so. Yeah, I think
yeah.
so. I felt I don't even remember one person being lesbian in the movie. I actually gotta recheck that movie. I thought the main girl was whack.
The
Like,
girlfriend.
yeah, the girlfriend. I mean, which girl? What girlfriend is who? What girlfriend is it? But at the same time, like, I don't know. I remember she was eating the Fruit Loops, and I'm like, yo, what? You don't trust a girl that eats Fruit Loops.
That's what threw you off. That's why you don't like her.
Oh yeah, totally the Fruit Loops.
I've no frame of reference. I don't have Fruit Loops or any of that in the UK, mate.
Oh, don't
But
worry,
just
I'll ship you some.
all right, thank you. No, I
Yeah, no
guess
problem.
golden nuggets. Do you have them?
What are golden nuggets?
They're like yellow. Well, I mean, imagine like Fruit Loops, just like pure sugar that you shouldn't be eating at breakfast because you're supposed to have like some good healthy things at breakfast. But like, yeah, if you see like an adult eating it, I would be worried if like, okay, what's going on? Why are you eating like Cocoa Pops? You have Cocoa Pops, right?
Yeah, we have Cocoa Puffs. Bruh, no one eats Cocoa Puffs. Those things are whack.
Well, they're just pure fucking. They just like you just shit liquid after having them. So
Oh, yo,
it's just
yo, yo.
pure sugar. Eh,
I don't think I've ever dealt with sugar that way. I think our bodies in America deal with sugar differently.
yeah,
But yeah, I'd say I don't know. I mean, it adds to the character though, her eating the Fruit Loops because it makes her like kind of I don't know. Someone said like maybe innocent, childish, something like
yeah.
that. I don't know. It's
It's-
it's a little whack. I don't even know what their whole thing was. They wanted slavery to come back or something. They were weird.
I don't know. I think they just idolized. I don't know. Like they had this idea that like the biology of black people was somehow like superior and something to be desired and or fashionable, and all these old folks like who were like one of them had lost their eyesight, one of them They were all getting old, and it was essentially a bit like the Being John Malkovich kind of thing,
Mhm.
where they just want to inhabit like a new soul, and I guess they just like, oh yeah, let's exploit all these like poor black people and just and lure them in and just like steal their bodies essentially. I don't know. It's this weirdly fashionable in that community. I don't know. It is weird, but it's not like straight up like the obvious form of racism, which was cool. It's not like rednecks getting out of a truck and beating them up or anything. I should be laughing, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, I thought just I don't really want to talk about this part in Get Out because actually I don't think this was in Get Out, but part of it was so like he was watching the TV or something, and then I remember watching an I think it was an Imp Lemon clip, and then it was basically where on the screen it was Jimmy Kimmel and he was black or something. I
wait,
forgot what
was
was
that
that.
in Get Out?
No, that was just in Imp Lemon's video about how Jimmy Kimmel sucks. But I thought I forgot what was originally on that screen. I got to check it out later, but I think it talked a little bit about the context of the farm or something.
All right. Well, first off, Emp Lemon is an amazing YouTuber, so thanks for mentioning him. He's awesome.
He is, yes.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that. Yeah, but I just wanted to say Emp Lemon's awesome. To be fair, I heard Emp Lemon and just went all frothy mouthed.
Oh, oh, oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, okay.
Overall, did you think it was scary?
Um, Creepy, really gripping. But yeah, creepy, like creepy visuals. But I guess more gripping than
Mm,
scary. I guess. What about
yeah.
you?
Yeah, I agree with that. It wasn't that like scary. I think later on it gets more scary. I'll talk a little bit more about it with us, but overall I thought it was a good vibe. You have anything else to say about Get Out?
Uh, no, it's just really well done. I like the ending. I think when the comedic relief character finally shows up, it's like thank God, and it's complete because see the cop lights, don't you? And you're like, oh Jesus, this does not look good because he's just like strangled his girlfriend to death, and
Yeah.
you're like, please, fuck, really? But no, it's like it's just a really good reveal at the end when his buddy comes to rescue him. Yeah, and he's like a his buddy just being all like like the comedic relief of the whole movie. When you cut back to him, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. It's like, oh my god, you can breathe, like because you're away from all this weird shit for just a minute.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, we can now go up to. We now talk about Us. I think that
Bus.
one was from 2019. I'll have to check. I think it was from 2019. Yeah. So, did you you like this one, right?
Oh, not particularly.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like. Oh yeah, you go first though about it.
oh, it's just well, I just it's divisive and for very good reasons, like for reasons you can quite easily put your finger on. But interestingly, when you asked about Get Out and how scary it was, I will say that for whatever happened, for whatever like what I thought of Us, it did like creep me out more than Get Out ever did, just because of like the weird like I don't know, just the undertones or something. Like just the vibe of it made me feel like I walked away from that movie just thinking like a negative aura almost like surrounding me. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I felt I don't know. I feel when it was trying to be scary, it was a little scary. I felt like some scenes were, but I don't know if I feel like the aura, to be honest, as much as Get Out or Nope, like I'll talk about later. I like how we say that. But yeah, I felt like it was probably one of his weaker films, to be honest.
Hmm.
Us feel, it was definitely interesting, just not, it was cool to have doppelgangers, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's didn't do with it as I think it probably should have because it mainly focused on the family, but then it got like huge, like it took over the entire world. I'm like, what?
yeah, yeah. It becomes a lot of different movies. I think.
Yeah,
I do, yeah. The doppelganger stuff was good because you don't really see like these weird kind of, I guess, science fiction concepts used in horror. Like every horror film seems to be like has to be really
contained.
grounded in reality
Hmm.
or based on a true story, quotation marks, from like the real haunted house or. But like no, there's just like no one can do any of these like wacky like concepts anymore. And it was cool that that was at least there. But yeah, strange film. I might have positive like thoughts of it overall. Like I'm glad it exists. I don't think it's like a shitty film or anything. I just think it's got a lot of flaws, and like that's what it's hurt by those flaws. And I guess if you want me to name a few flaws, it's just stuff with
Yeah, you should probably do
yeah,
that.
just like sort of seem justified. Yeah. Well, the 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 comedic relief, like again with the balancing, it's just this is like the worst like balancing of comedic relief with horror, with like serious and like slapstick that out of all of Jordan Peele's films, like it kind of just it's so crudely like interwoven with just the horror scenes, and it just doesn't work at all. And it kind of just makes you like feel like, what is this a fucking joke? Like, am I even supposed to take? Am I even supposed to like be scared here, like in given situations? I don't know how you felt, but
Yeah, sometimes like a confusing feeling can be good, but I feel like, here it wasn't, the best because it wasn't scary enough and it wasn't funny enough to be that level of confusing, It had to have like, you know, heightened it.
can you remember any like good jokes? I don't remember laughing that much.
Um, I don't know. I don't think so. To be honest, I thought it was just funny when that like the doppelganger, or I think we find out later it was the real one, right?
Yeah,
The Yeah, Red, I think. Yeah, like she talked a little weird. I Was that a joke? I mean, I didn't think I remembered
that's
any of
supposed
the
to be
jokes.
creepy, wasn't it? Like
Yeah,
looking. That was supposed to be creepy. I thought. Yeah,
exactly. Like we're gonna play some hide and seek or
yeah.
something like that. We're gonna kill all of you or something. And I'm like, yo, what? Like, I don't know what that whole thing was about. So,
I did. Yeah, it's the weird thing was the scene at the beginning where it's like that it's like a Santa Cruz fair.
yeah.
I think the reason I've actually been there in real life, so that was kind of like a bit surreal. Like before watching this film, I'd been there, and I kind of thought like it's sort of intruding into my reality because I'd seen this real place that I've been to being used in like a really creepy way, where some little girl gets lost and goes off into this weird carnival. That kind of that added to it for me, I guess. Even though like I don't know if that really counts if you can give it for that, but. Yeah, it was weird. I didn't see any weird homeless people when I was there, like with 1111 or anything. I didn't like nothing weird with any frisbees happened or like weird coincidences. But yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Wait, yeah, frisbees. I remember that from the movie. What was the context of the frisbees or something? Or was that or are you talking about something else?
no, I was talking. It's just weird where I just throw words out frisbees, but uh, basically, like before the doppelgangers show up, they're just like these strange coincidences that keep occurring. Like she keeps seeing 1111, and like on the clocks, and this homeless person has a sign saying it, and then like this other coincidence where she has like a towel with like a white towel with blue circles on it and a frisbee, like some kids are playing with a frisbee in it when they're on the beach. This is all on the beach, by the way, as I should have
Oh
said.
yeah.
And there's this towel there, and she's just talking with Elizabeth Moss, and a frisbee lands next to them, and it lands right onto the towel, like right on, like basically right on one to one with the circle on the towel, and they just think, oh, that's a weird coincidence. So just weird coincidences happen, but I don't really know what context it has in like where it goes. It doesn't nothing really seems to come of it. It seems I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Nah,
I do like. I
yeah.
mean, I'd appreciate it. I don't like. I want to maybe watch it again, but it's a really like creepy, weird thing. It's just wonky as fuck. It's like there's pacing issues as well in terms of well, not that, but it just becomes different movies, like you said. With like it starts off with like just the family, a bit of a home invasion, I guess,
Mhm.
and then they're getting like chased around, but then they're also like this shit happening that makes you giggle. Well, like the dad's being chased, and it's like it's supposed to be horrific, but then it's also like the little girl saying, "Oh, that was a close one, damn, bazinga." But I don't. Yeah, it was a weird experience, but honestly, like the most interesting stuff is like what other people who liked it, like people who made reviews who liked it, what they said about it. That like, I found that interesting, like what they drew from it. But obviously, like if the film itself doesn't really resonate with you, then yeah,
No, I got you. Yeah, I feel when it um was funny. I mean, it wasn't that funny, but I actually do remember some jokes that also I feel like whole scene worked. There was like a okay, I probably should say that. Just a family. They were chilling in their house, and then they were starting to play Good Vibrations from the Beach Boys or something, and then they all got killed by their doppelgangers. That was kind of scary, and it had a good joke where she was like, "Call the
the
police," and
police, yeah,
then she was like, I don't think it was
Alexa, wasn't it?
no, it might have been, but I thought it was like Google or actually it might have been her. Yeah, I just don't want to say because I have
Then
her
you'll
in my
trigger
room,
yours, yeah.
so I don't want to trigger it. Yeah,
Mm.
so I thought that was kind of funny. She was like, I'm gonna play the police. I'm not gonna actually call the police. I don't think she can even call the police, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
So I don't even know why she did that. I mean, I guess, in the scene she was like, I'm gonna die. I gotta do it, but I don't know.
Alexa, call the police. I assumed you'd be able to do that if like if they're
Yeah,
good for anything.
if you say it
Fucking
right. I mean, yeah, if you're good for anything, come on. Like, you can turn on lights, you can turn off lights,
mm,
you can play Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, but you can't call the police. Like, I don't know. There should be a way to call the police like easily, and I
yeah, good
really want.
vibrations. I wasn't expecting to hear that song. Like really, like that, I've been hearing that song like forever, like since I was like really young. It's just one of those songs that's just always been there, and to hear that concept was kind of weird. To be fair, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
and
a.
then Fun 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 recently in the new Barbie trailer.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a really good trailer. Yeah, I think that's a good like song for that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
you are
what's
right.
up?
That scene is, to be fair, you are. Yeah, the scene of them of that the family, just the other family getting murdered essentially, like the twin girls. Yeah, no mercy. That actually was like, okay, these guys aren't fucking around. Like these entities, these doppelgangers, they straight up just murder a whole family, and you're like, Jesus. But then they say, oh, well, wasn't that quite something at the end of that? And they all laugh or something. Yeah, it's like a mix of really good shit, and I don't know, just I can't put my finger on it really, but
Mhm. Yeah, no, I get what you're I get what you're saying. It's it's hard to say.
yeah.
Um,
I want to ask you about this though.
yeah, what's up?
Do you know the reviewer Mark Commode?
Is that a movie or is that like
No,
a
the
person?
film, the reviewer Mark Commode, he reviews film. He's like on BBC. He's like a British guy. He's British, in it.
Well, I guess I do now, but
Yeah. Well,
but what about him?
he had like interesting things to say, and I don't know if you like want to how much like
You could
credence
talk
you
a
want to
little bit
give
about
this.
it.
No, but yeah, like you might laugh, but he said that us, like the title us, it's about America, so it's also US and also us. And because it's like this divide of like the people, the doppelgangers underneath are like everyone who's just suffering, like the underclass, the underprivileged, the people who don't get a good opportunity starting out,
Hmm.
and everyone above with like the nice in our world is like has the ideal life. And then like there's a whole monologue with with Lupita Nyong'o's alter doppelganger with the horrible voice, and she's just saying, "Yeah, when for your birthday you had this and that, and when for my birthday I had a fucking rabbit or something." I don't remember like they like she like ate a rabbit or something, or like this horrible shit. Her birthdays were just awful, but it was just about like have a shit life compared to the ideal life. But I don't want to. That isn't like that was like that's me just like looking at other people's shit after. But I just that's interesting.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that was actually what he might have been going for. To be honest, though, I get what you're saying. Like, I felt like it lost its footing sometimes. It just didn't feel focused this whole movie. I felt like could have used a second draft.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like one of those films that he wanted to make, like very specific, but yeah, it just hasn't gone down that well in like recent history, I guess, because of the things it did wrong. Not many
Mhm.
people like Get Out, like pretty much like Get Out was one of those popular films of the year when it came out, and Us was like everyone was like highly anticipating it, and it was a big disappointment, I think, to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully it didn't come out in 2020.
Oh, because of COVID and all that.
Yes. Hopefully, I forgot what I was gonna say. It also came out the same year Parasite came out, so I think that's another reason.
Yeah, maybe. That was like the Parasite was like the big one that year, I suppose.
Exactly, and
But Parasite was
Joker,
also good. Yeah.
1917. Okay, no, no, no one liked that one,
No, you
except
don't like that. I
dads.
don't like it either.
Rocket Man
Um,
was really good. I liked that one, though you
I s-
may have not.
I still haven't seen that, to be fair.
I liked it a lot. I mean,
Mm.
well, I like Elton John. I mean, well, the thing is, I liked him when I watched that movie. I was like, yo, and then I listened to his music. I was like, the songs in there are really good, like in the redone ones, but the ones that are original are pretty good. I do not like the original I'm Still Standing though. It's really bad. I don't like it. I mean, it's good. It's just not as good as what they did in Rocket Man. It's so good.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
the bar for biopics was set extremely low by a Bohemian Rhapsody, so anything
Yeah.
after that, really, I don't mind. It seems like a fun film. I just don't. I'm not familiar with Elton John.
What are you talking about? Saturday Night's All Right, for
Yeah, I know
fighting. Get
that,
a
but
little action in, bro.
I'm kind of mate. My music taste is so just incoherent and disorganized. It's like I'm just late to so many different things, but then yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
just
all there.
yeah, just check it out when you can. It's a pretty good film. But I can understand why those films, were, more appreciated than this one. But I feel like it was a stepping stone.
Yeah, I feel like to like the average audience going into average audience member going into Get Out, they can like it's trippy and weird, but they can like understand it and be like, oh bloody hell, I get what that film's going for, and it is a mind fuck, but it's like
Yeah, I feel like sorry for interrupting. I think you have a good point here. Like, I feel like it was more of a political message with us, but with or like something had to be said. But I feel like with Get Out, it had not less to say, but like what it said was like said in a way where it didn't say it to you. It kind of showed you or something. You know what I'm saying?
it was just messy as fuck. It was just like really
Yeah.
incoherently said. I guess, but yeah, I just imagine the average audience member just kind of getting like a headache from us or something and be like, "What? I kind of get what some of it was about, but what was some of that shit?" Or
Yeah, that's what Americans talk like. I forgot.
no, it's not just you. No, it's just like I'm talking about. I'm listen. There are normies everywhere. There are so many normies where I'm at. I don't worry. We're all the same, brother.
No, I just like the voice you're making. Anything else you want to say about us?
Not really. It's just it's not mid. It's an interesting film. It's not like I wouldn't even say it's shit. It's just weird. It's got weird flaws. Yeah. What
Mhm.
about you?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the kids did pretty good. I forgot to mention that. I thought they were doing pretty well,
Oh
but
shit. Yeah.
overall, and I thought like it got me introduced to the main actress, the woman. Like I don't know, her eyes are like they pull you in. I don't
Oh,
know
she's
what that
amazing.
was all
Yeah.
about. Yeah, and her hair was really good in this one. I don't know why I wanted to mention just the I don't know. Sometimes when actresses do their hair a certain way, it's like, whoa, it like pulls you in.
Yeah. I get you.
I don't know what I'm
That's a
talking about
really
now.
cool hairstyle. No, it is like it does. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah.
But yeah, we can now talk about Nope.
Nope.
Or Nope, we're not going to talk about it. Okay. No, we'll talk about it. Anyway, I liked I like Nope. I even talked about it in the first episode, so it is a callback. But so that means you can talk about it first, Batcho. What did you think about Nope? What was your What do you want to say about it?
Okie dokie. I thought it was my favorite Jordan Peele film to date. Really,
Yeah.
it it had it was like really cryptic and weird, and but for me, like it was like the perfect film that it needs to be. Like I can understand why there's a good amount of people because again, this one is divisive, but I can understand like why someone would I don't know not like it as much, but maybe the pacing is weird. But for me, I wouldn't really change anything about it. I love like the entire atmosphere. It just had me all the way. Fucking hell, yeah! It was a great time really in the cinema, and just like certain scenes involving well, firstly a monkey, a
Oh, monkey.
chimpanzee was fucking like I don't know, yeah.
Oh yeah, that
That,
I was gonna say too. That's like my least favorite like animal, a chimpanzee, because they're like crazy. You know, like there was a woman that owned a chimpanzee in like 2007, and then like it killed her friend. Or not, it didn't kill her friend. It like mutilated her friend. You know,
like
and
by
that's
accident
messed
or
up.
just was
Well,
it?
like on accident, bro. Like I mean, this thing was like going wild. You know, ape shit.
It's going
Usually
hog
I don't
wild.
swear, but that had to. I
No,
I had to say that. That was funny.
yeah,
It went crazy on that face, and that's messed up. I do not like the idea. I mean, they even referred to it in this movie. Like there was one
oh,
of the
because that woman's
actresses,
face.
yeah, and they covered it up, and it sucks. That's why I do not like chimpanzees. I feel no sympathy for them. I'm sorry.
No, I get you. I do like exposing how like fucking dangerous they can be, and you do have to remember like a lot of these animals. They're like, oh, like they fucking we fuss over them, but yeah, they can absolutely just completely destroy you. Or
Yeah, they were
just
in the 90s, and like they just didn't take this whole thing seriously. This whole movie's like about spectacle, and it's like, do you really want to put something that's not supposed to be, you know, up on stage a spectacle? No.
yeah,
It's
I
not made
fucking
for
love
that.
that. Yeah, you're
I
right.
like
Yeah,
that whole like theme of the movie. Yeah, it's really cool. Um I mean that was the best theme. I didn't even know it was a theme until I thought about it more and I heard people talk about it. That was cool.
exactly. You just piece it together on your own, which means the film worked. Like it
Yeah.
got enough information across, but it didn't in not in a way that was like banging you over the head. But you just
Yeah,
kind of like
Us
linked
was
to like
literally called Us. Like, geez.
us. No, yeah.
Exactly. So that felt like political. This one's like nice and like it felt like a Jaw. I always compare it to Jaws. I felt like a newer modern version of Jaws, like how you would take that, you know?
Yeah, like a subversive, like it almost had like the magic of an old like Spielberg UFO film, like with Close
Mhm.
Encounters. It's obviously a lot different, but it did have its own spectacle, even though it was about like critiquing the spectacle in a way, I guess. But it just had its own atmosphere. I know I've said that like a million times, but it was a beautiful film. It was like it doubled as like a thought provoking horror film, but also like an entertaining Hollywood movie, I guess, just in the way it is. And I'm just glad that he made that, and all the normies or whoever was subjected to such a weird film. I know I said that like that with us, that was like a weird one, but I just think this is it's just weird in the way I like, and I do think it is just more streamlined and there isn't really any big flaws that make it like stupid or there's no like dumb bits of comedic relief. I think all that's good. All that works in terms of this kind of strange world that the characters live in. Like they kind of act a little bit like us, but also a bit different. Like with Daniel Kaluuya, just very downplayed and serious. It's like a bit like I don't know, idiosyncratic, I guess, but
Mhm.
also authentic because sometimes you do get those people like Daniel Kaluuya. He's not like one of these talkative guys. He's just a well, he's just like a
He felt like a similar character, like, in Get Out, to be honest, but he felt a little bit different.
yeah, just
He felt
a
like
lot
Mike
more.
from, Better Call Saul.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, but even more like antisocial, I'd say. But
Yeah, and not as aggressive as,
you
Mike.
have like those family kind of meetings where yeah, maybe there's one uncle who just who's like he's not rude, but he just doesn't say much. He just doesn't. It's fine. He doesn't have much to say, but he doesn't want to. He's fine with what he is, and
Yeah.
he says very simple things, very simple words, like one-liners. But you don't. He doesn't say anything more than he needs to, and that's kind of what I guess Daniel Kaluuya's character is in this. Also,
Yeah.
just not a. It's weird. I don't think this is a connection, but you know how you said with like the chimpanzees and like the
Mhm.
shit things that aren't supposed to be on stage.
Yeah, he's not
Um,
supposed to be on. Hey, we're not comparing him to a
Okay, fucking
chimpanzee.
hell, Jesus Christ. Okay, okay, animals. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. No, I'm not doing that. Fuck, I kind of realized that. I just meant like he is.
Sorry.
There's like this kind of his sister is the showbiz kind of person who is like they've got the gift of the gaff and all that, and she does all the talking. She's very charismatic and out there, and she put like her personality is just really out there, and his is
Yeah.
just more. He's so much more subtle. Jesus Christ, man, fucking hell.
I don't
Um,
usually laugh that hard. I thought that was like really funny though. But yeah, I thought I thought she did pretty good. You know, she played a good you know, I mean she like it kind of felt like an Aquafina kind of character, you know?
yeah.
Where with that skin in the game. I think she was I liked how she said the N word at that one point. That was funny. Like that is like the funniest thing I think in any of his films where she just says the N
Yeah,
word. And then I thought what else? I liked Steven Yeun in this film. He was pretty
yeah.
good. It's like funny that he's like a Vietnam flashback with the monkey. He wants to see it as like something that he can detach himself from, but he actually had a personal experience from it. Remember, he every time he describes it, he describes it as how it was, you know, in the papers and on SNL, but he doesn't describe it like, you know, he was there and what personal connection he had with you know, uh, Gordy.
That is a really good point, to be fair. Yeah, he doesn't. He like pretends that it was. He's like objective about it. He doesn't like address like his own shit. It's like he yeah just ignores his entire personal involvement or trauma with that. But yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I actually am wondering like what was his like feelings about, you know, like was it more than what everyone else saw about it? Did he have a bigger bigger connection with Gordy? Did he feel sympathy for what Gordy did or like I mean, of course like when that kind of happens you're like, "Oh, no, no, bro, you like killed everybody." But at the same time, like does he feel, you know, what does he feel about that? It's complicated.
From what I interpreted, like myself, I think he just well, he kind of idolizes that moment as like a profound defining moment in his life as well. Like he sees that and he kind of puts it up. He's got that whole display, hasn't he? Like that secret room where all of this is it a secret room? I don't know, but like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like he's got it all on behind glass, and then there's the shoe standing up perfectly, which I think he really like added to him. Like he thought that this was some sort of divine moment that was really special. It was more than just like a chimpanzee freaking out and killing people, like in this like needless killing that happened. Like I
Mhm.
think he just like he just attached like profundity that wasn't there. Also like something that was pointed out to me after like he we thought you could think that oh the chimpanzee spared him and tried to do like the fist bump with him, but really it was because he didn't look him in the eye, and it was kind of dumb luck that he didn't die too, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
But then he said he tried it again in later on the movie with the flying saucer slash uh, I don't know, balloon thing, and he just like he fucking demolished him straight away. He's like he tried it again. He had no idea what the fuck he was doing, and yeah, he had no idea what he was like fucking with. I know, yeah, he stopped swearing, but yeah, it is you like back you had nail on the head. Just things beyond human control that we think we're in control of, and then trying to like make him dance for us and make him into a spectacle and shit. Yeah, it's such a cool theme. Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, he's I just liked with the whole film that, you know, they were talking about, you know, just the chimpanzee, the like they went from one thing to another. That was cool. They had the title things. You know, like they say Gordy, they said I think the name of the horse. That was kind of cool. Um,
Oh
I
yeah, yeah.
I liked how they used different type of technologies. That was cool. You know, like
Oh, with the
even a
cameras and
film
stuff.
camera too. Yeah, I was like, what? A
Oh yeah.
film camera? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that director was a really cool character. Again, weird, but it just worked
I
for
think
me.
I
Like,
thought he was like an editor actually, but he did have a camera that was a film camera. He might have also been a director, but I thought he was on there as an editor because he was editing while I was doing it. But he could also just do both.
yeah.
Like, dude, he was like, I don't know what he was doing. Like, I saw that like editing bay. I'm like, yo, bro, that's kind of nice. Like, it might be cool to edit on film.
That's a very like filmmaker's scene, isn't it? Like, classic film, yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
you were saying about Jaws as well. With that character, he was a bit of a Robert Shaw when he was saying that line about like the purple little. I can't. What the hell did he say? He had that like monologue where he kept repeating like a thing like the purple little I don't know, pimple people or some shit. I don't know if you remember.
I think a little bit. Are you talking about? I feel like the guy that was scratching on the chalkboard in Jaws is kind of like the
Yes,
director
yeah, that's yeah.
from that I feel like that too. Sadly, there is not that comedic relief guy with the glasses. I feel like there was not really a counterpart besides maybe you know his sister and that one guy from the tech place because that guy was really funny in Jaws. I really like that guy. That's my favorite character. The guy with the glasses with the curly hair. He was funny.
All right, yeah. I just thought he was like the one who just shit himself all the time. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there was a good yeah, again with like the comedic stuff, I think there was like it didn't like ruin it. It was fine. It was funny. I didn't like laugh at every single joke, but yeah, it had like a decent amount of presence in the film, I guess. And like
Yeah.
it was enough for me with the guy from the store and Kiki Palmer. Yeah.
He
It was
mastered his craft for this one.
To be fair, yeah, I mean, it feels like a I don't know, a more profound. It feels more profound and more interesting and cryptic than Get Out, but like obviously better told than Us. I guess that's.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Do you have anything else to say about Nope?
I mean, I've got a lot of things to say, but I don't want to just ramble on. But yeah, um, it's just a really good film. Again, I'd recommend it to anyone, even if like the there's a strong possibility, like a good amount of people who watch it won't like it, won't resonate with it, but you should still check it out regardless. Like even if honestly, I don't mind. Like at least you can be so polarized. That's like a more interesting thing with a film. Like I'd even like I'd rather you watch it, hate it, and I'd still be able to discuss it with you. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked this. I was actually gonna ask, where how would you rank all 3 of his films?
Ooh, I mean, like I know, like I think it would be Us, then Get Out, then Nope for me. What about you?
Mhm. I'd say the same. Nope and Get Out are. I mean, Nope and Get Out are kind of like. Sometimes I feel like Get Out's better, but sometimes I feel Nope's better. Like it's just it's like the mood I'm feeling. You know, if I
Mm.
want like a contained like horror, I'm thinking Get Out. But if I'm thinking of like a big sci-fi thing, I'm thinking Nope or something. It
Yeah.
wasn't big, but it was like bigger than. It was not as big as Us, but it was bigger than Get Out. You know, so it
You
still
know,
feels like a
yeah.
bigger concept. What's up?
You know when you asked me at the start about like what we were talking about like the overall like feeling of who, like Jordan Peele as a director and like if he's one of
Yeah,
the best or if he's one of like the best. I think this film Nope made me way more positive in his direction. Like I thought, okay, this is a really cool film. Like this really kind of just did it for me. So it's like it's a bit like with Matt. It's a personal favorite as well because I
yeah.
if someone came up to me and said, "Oh yeah, Get Out is objectively better," I'll be like, you know what, fair point. Probably might maybe. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it resonated with more people, sure, but yeah, Nope's the personal one for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, yeah. I feel like he could just stop making movies at this point. Like it's like a good trilogy. I mean, well, not stop making movies, but like this feels like a good trilogy, like to having like a box set or something. It's like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was good. Like even when you suggested we do the trilogy, like it was like, yeah, it is kind of a trilogy. It does fit
Hmm.
to like Yeah, I do. I would like if I was Jordan Peele. Like, oh my god, if I was, but just yeah, his like comedic career, and then these three films. Like, again, us we kind of was shitting on a lot, but still, I'm like, I'll still be proud of making that because of
Mhm.
how fucking wacky it is. It's still like, it's something. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. Like three really good, three like decent, interesting films. Like you can do as a director, you can do a lot worse. I
Yeah,
think.
exactly. I mean, you could just make The Room
Yeah,
and
you could just do that. I mean, to be fair, I mean,
be
that
done, and then make
yeah.
another movie this year about like sharks or something,
Oh, yeah, didn't
or
he try and, like, make an
boxing. I don't know.
intentionally funny f he tried to make an intentionally bad film or something, didn't he? And it failed, like, it wasn't as good. I
I
don't know.
think so, but right now he's making another one, so hopefully it's better. I don't know.
I actually fucking hate
Um,
that guy.
yeah, he's not the best.
Mm.
All right. I think we can end it there. If you're fine with that. I
Oh,
was gonna
yeah,
ask you though, before we stop recording, what's the would you like to shout anything out?
um, yeah, I'll shout out 3 things, is that
All
alright?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to shout out the music of Von on Instagram. My friends have like recently, well, not recently, but they've started a really good band, like a heavy rock band that is, they kind of just kick ass and like it's nice. I genuinely enjoy their music, like not just because I'm friends with them, but just like I like listen to their songs on repeat. Like I really like them, and they're fucking like grinding their asses off trying to like get stuff booked and stuff. They're very early on, but I need to shout them out. So their Instagram is the music of Von. They're also on TikTok. I just don't know all of the different links, the different names. So just
Yeah,
Instagram,
I'll
the
do the
music of Von.
Instagram, and they probably have like a link to their TikTok or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Um.
What about the other
Also,
ones?
I
Sorry.
guess don't blame the pilot podcast. That's the other podcast I've been on, but they were really good, cool to me, so I should shout them out. They're really like kind of just like us, really, just no, yeah, two dudes, chilling out, talking about filmmaking. They talk about like pilot. They talk about TV show episodes. They talk about the pilot episode of every TV show,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
they're currently just going through and they're just saying like they kind of do like would you carry on based on like the first episode and like how much you can judge a show based on that. And also sometimes it's funny because they just like ramble off and chat shit about random British shit because they're both two British based people. So I guess I find it more relatable for that. But it is
Yeah,
like
that's interesting.
some of the anecdotes, man. They just this they share more than they than they need to, but it's so funny about
Yeah.
their personal lives. And the last one, Liam does stuff. Just if you know Liam does stuff,
I think so.
he's just
I'll check
he's
him
like
out.
he's just a I don't know, really a cool dude. I've been in contact with him. I collabed with him once a couple of years ago, I think, but he's just like it's just a he kind of does, I guess, like high art shit posting, I guess. That's his channel, but he also does film reviews. He does all sorts. He does stuff that I can't even define, which I mean, like in the best way, like just some weird, wacky, experimental, like if I don't know, Stanley Kubrick was to make a YTP. I don't know if you mean, don't know if you know what I mean, but yeah, he's just a really cool guy, and I want to shout him out because uh, yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want me to like at your YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, sure. I better do. I better do that. Yeah, just yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Batcho.
Yeah, just Batcho. I make film reviews that are kind of weird, I guess. I don't know. In this monotone voice that I try my hardest to like make expressive, like make bouncy, but all the others. I don't bullshit you. I will say that I don't chat shit. I don't like um
Just be yourself.
Yeah, I don't sniff like the movie's arse. Like if it's bad, it's bad. I'll be honest, I guess. There's a lot of bullshit going around on the YouTube film discourse, I guess, and I aim to I don't know, um, what's the word? Just put the balance in the other direction. There's
Mhm.
just loads of bullshit going around. Anyway,
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, yeah. I'll make sure to link all those. Just send it to me, and yeah, let me know how you feel about Batcho in the comments below. Let me know if you'd like to hear from him again. I sure
Oh
do.
Christ.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
thanks, man. Well, it's been really cool, man. I've had a really good time. I've
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah.
Thanks for listening to this podcast, and you'll see me next week with someone else talking about something else. And yeah, hopefully you like this episode. See you next week. All right, bye.
Nice one.